5 suspects in the Thabo Bester case will today continue with their bail application in the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court. The group includes 2 former G4S control room operators, Tieho, Makhotsa and Nastassja Jansen. Dr. Nandipha Magudumana will resume her application on Tuesday. This follows new evidence which prompted a postponement of her proceedings due to the need for further investigations. The accused are facing charges including corruption, fraud and defeating the ends of justice. They allegedly assisted Bester in a convicted rapist and murderer, to fake his own death in a prison fire. All right, let's get to the latest now and speak to Newzroom Afrika's Linda Mnisi, who joins us live from outside court this morning. So, Linda, Dr. Nandipha Magudumana, with this postponement, means that she will appear alongside Thabo Bester in the dock.
Absolutely, Michelle. That means she will be appearing not only with Thabo Bester, but also her father, Zolile Sekeleni. You'll remember he was granted 10,000 rands bail in this very same court. This after the murder charge was withdrawn against him. So her bail reserved at the moment and rolled over to the 16th of May. But that also does not mean that come the 16th of May she will apply for bail. You'll remember they've spoken about the emergence of what they describe as critical evidence in this matter, and they would need to sit down and ventilate and look at that evidence and then take instructions from Dr. Nandipha on the way forward. So that, would really take a bit of some time, but they indicated to the court yesterday that they were ready to proceed with the bail application. But in light of this emergence of this critical piece of evidence, they had to then reserve their right to apply for bail, stressing also the need, or rather the point that they're not abandoning bail. So it's not an abandonment of bail. I heard yesterday the magistrate asking, extensively around whether or not this is them abandoning bail, and Advocate Ramini, who's also part of the legal team for Dr. Nandipha Magudumana, saying that he did not at any point utter the words abandonment of bail. So they did not abandon bail. What they're doing is rolling over, reserving their right to apply for bail. But also, Michelle, you'll remember that bail is something that they can exercise at any point of this case. Even during trial, an accused person can come and apply for bail in the High Court, depending, of course, on what the allegations would be at that particular point in this particular matter. So she will then come back on the 16th of May. It's unclear, but I can tell you now, Michelle, this has raised a lot of speculation around what is really happening around Dr. Nandipha Magudumana's case, the behind the scenes, what is happening there. Other people even speculating that could this be the point or the beginning of us seeing a change, or even the beginning of even her turning state witness at some point? But of course, that remains just mere speculation. We'll see on the 16th of May what, her legal team makes of this critical evidence, because they're saying it's in the interest of justice for them to wait and really talk about this piece of evidence and how they process it.
So when we talk about the postponement that was requested yesterday, Linda, by Dr. Nandipha Magudumana's lawyer, due to new information that's come to light, do we have any idea what that entails?
They're tight-lipped on what that new information is, Michelle. They won't reveal at this point. I mean, even with the little things that her team is very, tight-lipped and keeping their cards very close to their chest. I think, that was seen particularly right at the beginning when they took over this matter. For the longest of time while Dr. Nandipha Magudumana was making headlines, you'll remember even her social media platforms were open to the public. People could see, things that she was up to on social media, dating back to even the first, post that she posted on Instagram. But immediately when that team took over, you'll remember even her Instagram page particularly was closed. It was privatized, meaning those who were not already friends with her cannot access it. So they're very tight-lipped on how they're moving. But you see it in in various different forms when you look at very closely into what is happening, particularly around her. I mean, the very small interactions that she has with members of the media yesterday. She was asked about what will happen in court yesterday, and she just looked at the reporters and gave a smirk or a smile, if you like, really not letting out much at this particular point. So it really remains to be seen what will happen come the 16th of May.
Linda Mnisi, live to us there outside court. Thanks very much indeed for that update. Of course, it's a developing story which we're tracking for you here on the channel.